Hey, Ted McClyman. Hey, we're ripping through these a lot better than I thought we would, and I haven't died yet, so that's good. We're on chapter 9 now. Chapter 9 is the last part of the money behavior system, which is money action or money plan. I use money action, money plan. I To me, they both mean the same thing. You can't have a plan without action. And action implies a plan. Obviously, if you're a purist, yes, you can have a plan and never act on it, and you can have action without a plan. But for what I'm talking about here is this is execution. Is that the better way to look at it? Money execution. When I say money action, that's the term I use in the book. What I'm really talking about is execution, executing your strategy. When we're talking about executing your strategy, it's bringing the tools together to accommodate your money values. And when we're talking about money, in most cases, that's some kind of financial plan or some kind of methodology to get you from point A to point B. This is the easiest chapter in the book because really what I'm talking about here is if you know your values and you know your temperament and how you process information, the first thing you should determine when you're talking about money temperament and your money action plan is whether you are capable of doing it yourself. I have worked with people in money most of my life, and it's been my experience that working with a professional, a coach, will save you a bundle in the long run. Now, what do I mean by a coach? This is somebody licensed, preferably, but somebody that has your best interests in mind, somebody that truly understands, number one, your money values. They've taken the time to determine with you what is important about money to you. They fully understand and appreciate your unique money temperament. Spender, saver, maximizer, sufficer, whatever. They will present the information in a way that you best take it in, your money knowledge. They're working off a strategy that is going to bring this all together. Now you're either deferring to them to bring in the products or services, or they're going to oversee and help you bring in the products and services. That's not the point. The point is now you're going to enter this multi-billion-dollar industry, which is the financial services industry, that has all kinds of products and services, most of which are very complex, quite sophisticated, most cost money, and you've got to be able to figure out the best way to do that. At the very basic, I recommend that you go out and find an accountability coach that is aligned with you. In the webbook, on our Facebook page, Facebook group, I've got a couple of individuals that do both of this. I've got Bob Ford, who works with the Dave Ramsey program, and he provides accountability coaching on that end. And he's excellent at it, but Bob is not licensed. Bob is really good at helping get your head in the game and doing some of the basics to get you to the point where you can actually go out and invest in something. And then I've got another mentor in the group, Kurt Muller, who is fully licensed, certified financial planner. He's got all the credentials, all the education, and he's got the technical knowledge that'll take you beyond where you need to go. And I guarantee that you cannot do the things he does, because if you're taking the time to learn what he knows about money, you're not taking the time to do what you need to do to move towards your money values, and you should just give up and become a CFP and do what he's doing. So what are we saying here? Your money action plan is the steps you're taking to put in play everything that's necessary to help you achieve peace of mind in your chosen lifestyle. If you've got peace of mind in your chosen lifestyle and everything else is taken care of, this book has done its job. Think about it. One of the dangers we have in our culture is it's always this push to have more. It's always this push to judge. And I hold social media out this to some extent. But there was a study done that when the real estate industry collapsed 2008, 2009, one of the causes was people watching reality TV and believing in their minds that if they could watch somebody on TV flip a house, they could do it. How hard could it be? I saw somebody flip a house and make $100,000 in a 30-minute TV program. The question I ask is, yeah, there are people doing that, but millions lost a lot of money doing that also. Remember, the person that got the TV show is a person that's pretty darn good at this. So what I'd have to ask you is, do you have the capability to do this? Is this really your value set to go out and learn how to do carpentry, painting, real estate, sales, and all that? Is that in your wheelhouse? Temperament wise, if your temperament is not to do the things that are required to have that kind of plan, it's not going to work. Then knowledge. This is also technical knowledge. If you don't know what you're doing, you have no business doing it. There's a really cool show on TV right now called Bless This Mess. It's about a couple from New York City. One was an analyst. The other was a writer. One with a PhD in philosophy. They moved to Nebraska to become farmers, and it's Green Acres updated by about 50 years. But the bottom line is, they didn't think this through. They did not. They kind of talked about their values, but most of the show is them trying to come together and figure out what their values really are. They definitely didn't consider their temperament. What they're trying to do is not what they're wired to do. And their strategy, well, on a weekly basis, you watch their strategy either unwind or evolve. So when we're talking about your action plan, you've got to sit down and do a reality check. The reality check is with a piece of paper. This is thinking brain stuff, not feeling brain stuff. This is not the idea of the book club. This is not, I heard it on Facebook. This is not, I've got my group on social media and we all got together and had a vote. They said it would be a good idea for me to buy a house. It's not that kind of stuff. It's sitting down and honestly and with focus, deliberate focus, saying, what's important to me? This is what I'm good at. This is what I'm not so good at. This is what I can do. This is what I'm going to delegate. These are the resources I have to work with. This is where I want to go. This is the time frame. This is the money. This is what I'm expecting to make this thing happen. Just another footnote. I believe that a third or maybe half of the internet is dedicated for people who are teaching people how to make money on the internet by people who are making money on the internet, selling stuff to people who want to make money on the internet. Does that make sense? And most of the people that buy the stuff to learn how to make money on the internet will never do it because they're not wired to do the things necessary to make money on the internet. And that's true in just about everything. So when you're talking about your action plan, be realistic. You need a context for where you are and where you want to go. You need a situational awareness. I'll tell you, today's economy is very different than the economy we had 90 days ago. We have a new reality. We're going to come out of the drill with the C19 virus different than we are today. The economy is going to be different. The definition of work is going to be different. The financial tools we have to work with will be different. And you're going to have to be able to assimilate what's going on and bring this into your world and adjust accordingly. But I'll tell you for fact, you have to take action. A plan that is never executed is not a plan. You can go through the entire book. You can go through all the exercises. You can do everything I recommend and have a great awareness for what's going on and understand your money temperament and this, that, and the other thing. But if you don't execute the plan you need for yourself, it's not going to work and you're not going to achieve your money values. And if you're not moving towards your money values, that's your call. I'm not here to judge, but just realize that in 20, 30 years, if you look back and said, I shoulda, woulda, shoulda, I'm a victim here, not necessarily. You made some choices. So to wrap this thing all up, this book, I think, is an incredible